What would dear old dad say was like the biggest pet peeve about raising you?
My biggest pet peeve for Jessica growing up was
There's so many things I didn't like what Steven did.
Kramer and Jess on demand.
But of all the things that you did growing up, what would dear old dad say was like the biggest pet peeve about raising you? And the reason we asked this question is we went through a survey earlier this week just about dad's pet peeves here in Maryland. So the second we did this segment, we turned the mic off and Jess was like, I wonder what our dads would say about that.
Yeah.
How well do we know our dads with how much we annoyed them? So let's play a little game today called Why Were We a Pet Peeve? Mm-hmm. We asked our dads that question. What was it that we did growing up that was just a real nuisance at times?
Yeah.
Jess, I know you already know your answer. This was supposed to be a guessing game, but Jess found out her answer, so we won't try to make you guess.
No, and we tried to talk to my dad about this yesterday.
He's weird about it.
He was being weird about it. He tried to tell me, I can't think of anything. Yeah, right. Because I have a lot of memories of you yelling at me as a child. So let's not try to act all cute and sweet for the radio, my friend.
What do you think, before you heard his answer, what would you assumed the biggest pet peeve about you was?
I assumed that it was going to be like chore based, just with me hoarding cups in my room. And
I was a cup hoarder too.
You know, like
Why was that a thing?
I think it's just because we would just be in our rooms and then we wouldn't take the cup back. We would just get a new cup.
It's a long walk.
And he would complain about my room. I'm very clean now, but growing up, oh my gosh, my room was so messy. And I think my mentality was like, well, no one's in here. Like, why are you guys tripping? The door is shut.
Why?
I never understood why they always yelled at me about cleaning my room, because I was like, y'all don't hang out with me in my space.
Tell me why your dad's actual answer could also be used in the last story you just told.
No.
So, my biggest pet peeve for Jessica growing up was the fact that anytime and every time she ever told a story, it was the longest story ever. She could never get to the end, and we would beg her, just get to the end and just stop talking. But her stories were incredibly long.
You know what's interesting is I get paid to do that now. So who's laughing now, Dad?
Some of the stories could be a smidge shorter.
You talk more
wrong.
than me.
He's not wrong.
You
okay?
literally have the same issue.
Not my dad, not my issue.
It is your issue.
That's the
We
first
do the
thing that your
same
dad-
thing.
Don't put this on me. This is you. All right, there's your dad.
That was my dad.
I don't know what my dad said yet. If we're talking about our own personal dad's pet peeves with us growing up.
Yeah.
There's only one story I feel like my dad runs into the ground. Does this have anything to do with cutting grass?
Yeah, he's told it to me like 3 different times.
It's just the cutting the grass story.
Yeah.
I swear to y'all.
Obviously, he still has not forgiven you. He's still
mad about this. I have never seen my father.
His demeanor in his video as well. Still pissed.
When I was like, probably, does he tell the story in here?
Yeah, let him tell the story.
Okay, this is my dad, and this is the worst thing I ever did. You damn lucky, Dad. You damn lucky.
To be honest, there's so many things I didn't like what Steven did. when I was growing up. The worst, and that would be his inability to cut the grass once a week while paying him $50 to do it. And it never seems to come out right. First cutting, he's got his headset on and he's almost dancing down the lanes, listening to the music, and it looked like my whole yard had been scalped. You know, I'll never forget me pulling in that driveway saying, and I was pretty hot. I don't know what I said. You'd have to ask Steven, but I was hot as hell.
Oh, I remember.
You brat. You would not cut the grass for $50 in like 1994. $50 in 1994, player.
It's like what we make now.
Ungrateful. I cannot believe you. When that man said $50, I said, excuse me?
That man paid me $50 because his theory was he was going to pay like somebody else to come cut the grass for $50, so he would just pay me, his son, right? Then I wouldn't ask for money for things like that. I didn't know how to use the lawnmower, so the first time I ever cut the grass, I had it on like the super low level from the year before where you're supposed to scalp the grass, kill the grass. I swear to you, my dad will never forgive me for that.
He hasn't.
It's his pet peeve, for sure. Happy Father's Day to our dads, by the way.
Kramer and Jess
on demand.
Like right now. Listen to full episodes now at kramerandjess.com.